Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for the 1st of September 2021. Can you believe it? September already. Wow. Pinching a punch for the first day of the month. Hope you're doing well. I've got a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. Would love to see you in there. And if you're interested in a private reading with me, they are available from my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box down there, and also one up there as well. So let's see what energies we've all got going on today for the collective. The creation of light. Things getting easier today. Okay. Things are getting a little bit easier today. Things falling into place, not so much struggling, maybe emotionally easier today than it has been. Just whatever you've been going through lately that's been a little bit tricky, getting easier today. That's what we like to hear. It's a paradox. Oh no, we don't want to hear that. A paradox. Oh, this is not good. So it's getting easier. It's getting easier today, but it might not be. So you might be feeling better even though things are worse today. It's something like that. There's a paradox. Or things are getting easier, but you're feeling worse. There's something like that. Something a bit off with these energies. Let's find out more. What else is going on? The Hanged Man, changing our minds about something. Or changing our perspective on something. Yeah, it could be that things are really bad, but we change our perspective on it and then we're happier because of that. So no, yeah, that could be the paradox. Or things are getting better and we're changing our mind for the worse. I don't know. I would suggest doing it the other way around. Even if things are getting worse, it appears on the surface. You could feel better just by reframing it, changing your mind about it. The Five of Cups is about focusing or not focusing on what you've lost, what's not happening. It's lack focus. Changing your mind about a lack focus. So if something's gone wrong, if you're losing out on something, if your car breaks down, if someone's stolen some money off your credit card, if, all the things that can go wrong in life, you're changing your mind about that. You're not making it mean so much, or you're just thinking about it differently. You could actually feel better and feel lighter about your whole life. And that's what happens sometimes. It's like sometimes we get to the point where life gets worse and worse and worse, and we've been focused on the lack like this, and so we perpetuate that. It gets worse and worse and worse. And then we get to rock bottom, and it's like, then we let go and we almost laugh at it because it can't get much worse than this because we've lost everything or whatever. Reaching rock bottom like that allows you the reframe. It's like, well, I've got nothing else to lose. And that reframe in itself is changing your mind, and that's the paradox here. And things start getting lighter, and they do. But it's your mind changing. You can change your mind at any point. You don't have to wait until you reach rock bottom to change your mind. But there's a whole lot of lack focus in this today. That needs to end, right? The cycle needs to end, so a new cycle can begin. So you could be shown big time what your lack focus has been on, how you've been focused on lack instead of abundance, and what you can't have, and what isn't working for you, and what is bad in the world, and all of that crap. They're all green today. Have you noticed? The Fool. New journey, taking a risk, like we had yesterday. Taking a risk. Maybe taking a risk to see things differently and not focus on the lack, focusing on the abundance that you have. Or, yeah, and I don't mean like just pretend that you've got abundance when you're at rock bottom. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about get focused on abundance. What do I want in my life? I'm going to go out there and get it for myself. I'm going to do something. I'm going to get a job, or I'm going to start a business. I'm going to do something to get that abundance for myself because I deserve it. And no more sitting back like the dodgy parent that doesn't take care of the kid and neglecting the kid. I'm going to step up as the parent of me and take care of my inner child and do something good for myself. That is focusing on abundance. Not wishful thinking. And not trying to pretend that you're grateful and abundant when you're not, when it's not actually true, The Hangman. Tell us why the Hangman's here. We need to change our minds about it. ton of materials. For the big picture, the happily ever after, get focused on what it is that you want. Like I said, not in a pie in the sky wishful thinking. Oh, universe, I've got nothing but give me everything. Not in that kind of way, not in a disempowered way. Like, this is what I want, the complete picture, the happily ever after. I'm going to get out there and get it for myself. Like I said, think of it like a parent who would do that for their child. Do that for your inner child. Get it for yourself, get empowered. The happily ever after, make it for yourself. What's behind this? It's hot. What's behind this? Death. Something needs to end. So the way that you've been looking at things needs to end so that you can have a rebirth. It's a mind reframe today. So Five of Cups, this is lackful thinking. It's so debilitating, this lackful thinking. And I know it's not easy to get out of. It's not easy to change our minds, but, you know, a thought is a thought. It's as easy to think about a purple elephant as it is to think about a ginger monkey. It's as easy to think about the lack as it is to think about something amazing, incredible. But we just get these habitual patterns of thinking about purple elephants instead of ginger monkeys. Five of Cups, lackful thinking, page of inspiration. Totally different, right? Page of inspiration. That youthful energy of going off on an adventure, thinking about an adventure. I'm going to do this. Like, it's just so different. Such different energies. Get into that energy instead. I'm going to do it for myself. I'm going to do it. Yep. What's behind this? Sexual energy. And then you get fired up, turned on, tuned in, all of that. Like, just, then you're alive again, you know, and doing something. So there's a cycle that needs to end here, and it seems like it's a disempowered cycle to me. The World. Remember? This World card has been out so much lately, and it keeps on saying the same thing, is that that end of the cycle doesn't happen to us. It's not like gifted to us by the universe. We've got to end that cycle ourselves. We've got to make that change, you know. Hierophant, commit to something bigger than ourselves. But this is about committing to our higher selves first. It's like getting married to our inner child, or just committing to it, saying, I'm going to take care of you now, to that inner child, and then doing the best for yourself. Committing to that. You might want to get yourself a ring today and commit to yourself and say, I'm not going to be in this lack anymore. I'm not going to do that to myself anymore. No more neglecting myself. Maybe it's been years of neglect. You've been neglecting yourself. Time to commit to yourself now. It was quite a shock when I talked to my inner child and realized that I'd been neglecting her. Same as my family had neglected me. I'd been neglecting her as well. I was like, wow, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to do that anymore. And I haven't since. Ancient wisdom is behind this. You've got to love yourself first. That's what it is. So the Fool, you've got to take that risk. What risk? What's this Fool about? What's this new journey? New adventure? Ooh, a Seven of Inspiration coming out as you. Revealing yourself, the true you comes out. I mean, that's going to come from this. Feeling great about yourself, you know. Being truly yourself there on a new adventure. Fired up, saying, I'm going to get myself there now. I'm going to do this for myself. No more neglect. No more neglecting myself. Or my inner child. What's behind this? Past, present, and future. Leaving the past behind and the burdens. Past burdens behind. Think of it this way. If you were neglected as a kid, why are you still doing that to yourself now? Leave those burdens behind. Don't carry it on. Don't treat yourself. That's what we all do. We treat ourselves the way that someone treated us, whether it's a past partner, whether it's a parent or something like that. We take the worst of it and then we carry on doing that to ourselves. Don't do it. Release that burden. Don't carry on where they started. If it's hurting you, let it go and be yourself and take that risk and do it for yourself. What's the worst could happen? People might try and knock you down a peg or two. What's worse than that? You continually knocking yourself down a peg or two. Don't do it to yourself. Be your biggest cheerleader. Stop neglecting yourself. Big message today of stop neglecting yourself. Creation of light and the paradox. Things will get easier when you do that, when you stop being mean mommy, mean daddy to yourself. Let your friends help you. You know what I'm getting from this? This is in our love lives. It's not about in our love lives letting our friends help us. It's about being a friend to yourself, first of all, right? A lot of the things that we'll say to ourselves and the way that we treat ourselves inside, we would never say to a friend. And so let our friends help us. What would a true friend say to you? They'd encourage you, they would tell you to look after yourself, right? They want the best for you. And not everyone does. You might not have the best of friends, kind of thing. You know, if you've been around narcissistic people, attracted to people like that are neglecting you too. You could have been. But you know what real friendship is, right? And so let that help you. How you would treat a friend or how a true friend would treat you. Let that stance help you in whatever's going on today. Conclusions are within reach. This is about love life. Conclusions are within reach. So you might be headed toward a new, different kind of love life with the energy changes that are going on at the moment. I always say it's not the best time with all of these transitional energies when we keep on getting the world and the death and rebirth card out. Not the best time to get into a relationship. Unless this is all coming about because of a relationship, it's not the best time to get into a relationship because when you're going through transitions, it's like you're in between worlds, you know? You're on the bridge or you're on the plane from one place to another. It's not the time to get into a relationship because it's going to be fleeting if you do. Wait until you get there. Got the past here. Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. There's still that call to self-love, right? Don't neglect yourself. And also, if you're neglecting yourself, stop trying to find that love from outside of yourself. Stop hoping that you'll meet someone that will love you even though you're not loving yourself. Because you won't. You'll keep on meeting the wrong types that haven't got it in them to love you. Something tickling me. Got a mask here. Not showing the true feelings, hiding, personifying, pretending, deluding, gaslighting. There really is no delusion, you see, because what I was just saying there. If you're not loving yourself and you're wanting someone to come and love you properly, and then you're like, oh no, another one that's not loving me properly. Well, what do you expect? There's no delusion there. There's no gaslighting in a way that they're not pretending to. If you're not loving yourself, you're always going to attract one of the wrong ones. You're always going to. It's universal law. It's an impossibility when you're in that lackful thinking, that kind of focus, that disempowerment. You cannot attract a good relationship. You can only do that once you've found love. Ancient wisdom, there, it says it. You've got to commit to yourself first. If you're neglecting yourself, you will only attract people that neglect you. 100%. So this, not showing the true feelings, you can feel like a victim to them. Oh, it's them. It's just because they keep on hurting me. It's not. You keep on hurting yourself, is what this reading is saying. So stop doing that. Commit to yourself. Take care of your inner child. No more what was I going to say? Got distracted. Whatever I was going to say. I don't know. So we're in the land between, like I said. You don't get into a relationship when you're in the land in between. Not when you're on the airplane going from one place to another. Because then when you arrive there, it's only going to be temporary. You're heading into uncharted sea here. So it's all going to be very new to you. What was this one? Roots of abundance. So yeah, like I said, lackful thinking. What's the opposite to that? Is abundance. There's plenty available to you. So it's an invitation. So this it's affecting your love, it's affecting your money, it's affecting everything in your life. I know because I've lived this kind of an energy. And so time to get out of that and love yourself. What else? Feelings. Emotions want to be felt. You really can't surrender something until you deeply feel it. And you know how I was saying about that, this paradox here. it could appear that everything's getting harder, but reframe. You reframe and you start taking good care of yourself, and it actually you feel better. Of course you'd feel better, and then your circumstances will change too. So it is important that you feel something. Allow me, dear divine, to offer all emotions to you, feeling them fully so they could no longer hold me captive. It could be very emotional, hard day today. Very challenging emotionally, but it's a big call. It's saying like, well, wake up, bring yourself out of this lack and into abundance. Only you can do it. Remember, the world card says, got to stop neglecting yourself. So, period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Going around and around in circles, haven't you? And because there's lessons to be learned, there's no way out of this unless you get yourself out of it. You have to learn about this. This is the most important card in the reading today, that Five of Cups there. You've got to realize how you're doing that, how you're keeping yourself in that lack focus, how it's perpetuating, it's creating, it's using all its creative power that you've got as a creative spirit that you are. In the image of God, you're that powerful. You create life, and what do you do with it? Create lack over and over again. Why would you do that to yourself? Because someone did it to you in the past. But like I said, that is no reason to continue neglecting yourself in the same way as someone did in the past. A meeting with a stranger could be important. And flowers, happiness here. You're headed toward happiness, but this is a huge wake-up call today. I feel it. So, bit of fun here. I think of a yes or no answer question because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of them out very shortly. But let's get some guidance first. How best to deal with these energies today? Wake up. Some of the best people I know keep themselves in this lack focus. It's such a shame. Oops. I mean, some of the kindest-hearted people. I mean, too many. How best to deal with these energies today? And it's such low vibration, hey? Okay. As low vibration as child abuse is what it is, because that's what we're doing, is we're neglecting our inner child. It's child abuse. The inner child, though, it's yourself. Apparently that's okay if it's ourselves. It's not okay. Self-abuse, it's not okay. Three of Cups, this is about friendships again. Let your friends help you. Let your friends help, good friends, let them help you. They're going to encourage you. They're going to show you that inner talk that you need here. They won't want the worst for you. They won't want this lack story for you. They'll want the best for you. Let your friends help you out of this little quagmire. And the King of Rings. Responsibility and abundance. Wow. Who's responsible for your abundance? You are. Take your power. This is saying take your power. You're responsible for your abundance. Take your power. What's your power? Mind. Your focus. And how you feel about yourself. Like I said, there's a contradiction today because there's a paradox, because you could be in the worst state ever on the appearances of it, but you could feel the best about yourself. You could start loving your inner child and not neglecting them and feel amazing because of that. Even if the result of all of your lack of focus over the last few years has manifested now in a pile of crap in your life, you could feel amazing today because you tune into abundance and then love that inner child and stop, I can't say it. Stop neglecting yourself. So I think of a yes or no answer question now. Pause the video if you're not ready. Your answer is no. It's the ruby. It's been known for ages. Okay, there you go. There you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click on that like button down there. It really helps me out if you do, as well as leaving comments as well. That helps me out as well. As does clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. Have the best day ever, and I will see you tomorrow in the energy update. Bye.